Hi everyone, my name is Nancy Ibrahim, and I'm the author of Are You on the Right Path and How to Heal Yourself and Recreate Your Life. This is gonna be the video number 7. To tell you the truth, I've done it before, but I deleted it because loneliness is such a tough subject to talk about, and I try not to plan what I say, but I wanted to redo it because I felt like I wasn't, it wasn't the maximum that I could give. So I'm trying in those few minutes on YouTube to give you a little bit of the idea of my book and of my chapters. So if you feel like you need it, you can buy it. If you feel like you just want to connect with me, you can talk to me. If you feel like you can work on something with those videos, something about yourself, then anything that works out is fine by me. My purpose is really to get you to reach your dreams, to get you to accomplish what you want to accomplish, to get you to your own paradise. And you may sound just so idealistic, but nothing comes freely in life. And you have to work hard to get to where you want to be. Whoever tells you it's easy, it's not. Whoever tells you you don't need to sacrifice, it's not the truth. Whoever tells you you can do it blindly, you cannot. So the more knowledge you have, the more empowered you are. And this is what I bring to you, knowledge. I bring you the knowledge, but I bring it to you in such a simple way that you can do it from your own home. You can do it in the jungle, you can do it in the forest, you can do it wherever you are. And it doesn't take much. But if you have the knowledge and the steps to go through in order to get to your goals and dreams, then you have already accomplished more than most of us. Most of people are, I've been in school for years. I've even done a master's degree in education psychology, and no one taught me what I'm gonna teach you. I had to teach it to myself. I had to read the books that I wanted to read. I had to read psychology. I had to read spiritual books. I had to read the books that were talking to me. And through those books, at the end, I said, okay, that's it. I need to write my own book. So I can help you guys to get into action. Because you can have all the dreams you want, you can have everything, you can know what your heart desire, but if you don't have the steps and the tools to get there, you'll never get there. So this is a really practical book for everyone, even the ones that don't know how to read. It's really easy, and I make it so simple because I want to reach everyone. And I've talked previously about my previous chapters, fear, the negative emotions that can block you from finding out what your heart desires. And one of them is loneliness. So, loneliness, when I started to write that chapter, I was like, oh, it's not me, I'm never alone. I was married, I have 2 beautiful kids, surrounded with family that loves me. Um, I was living in California. I'm now in Miami, but very soon going back to Cali. Um, but I was surrounded with love and part of a community. So, but when I started writing it and I wrote the definition of loneliness, I was shocked because I said, you know what? I do feel sometimes that. And I'm going to read to you the definition that I found out. Loneliness is defined as feeling a strong sense of emptiness and solitude. The feeling of being empty, unwanted, and unimportant. If you feel this way, it can be very hard to build strong relationship with others. So when I read empty and unimportant, it just struck a chord in me. And I'm like, you know what? I am surrounded with everyone, but I don't feel like everyone really know who I am, who is really truly Nancy. And it's part of it my fault because I didn't show them all of what I can offer because I didn't think that this was the audience that would be interested in what I had to offer. And so I kept it in myself. I kept it in me. And I kept part of me hiding. But another part of me was pushing to the maximum and trying to figure out who is Nancy. And that's why I wrote, part of the reason is why I wrote that book, is to find myself, but also to help you to find yourself too. And by doing so, I, I discovered my purpose. And when I did, it changed my life. And although I'm not surrounded with all my family and friends anymore, and I'll tell you later on, I mean, I do explain it in the book, but it can be in another video. Um, I feel less lonely than I've ever felt before. And someone commented, "Oh, you don't know what is being lonely." Well, that person judged me because I do know what's being lonely because I've felt it. It's when no one understands you, no one knows who you are. You have all those feelings, all those negative feelings, all these frustrations and anger in you, and you can't even express it to anyone because there's no one that is there to listen to you. So I do know how it feels to be lonely. And in those darkest moments, I do, say in the next video, in those darkest moments, you have one person that is hearing you, and that is God. And He has saved me in so many ways. But when no one understood me and no one felt my pain, I knew that God knew what I was going through. So it doesn't really matter who's not there next to you and who you don't have to express yourself to. You have God. So, but this I talk about it more in the next video. In this one, I want to just talk quickly about what I wrote about loneliness. So after that definition, I said, okay, so when was the moment where I really felt lonely in my life? And I write about my story too, so you can relate to it. And one of that moments is when I was in elementary school and my parents moved to another place, and they never warned me that I will be moving from one place to another, from one school to another. And all my friends, I just disappeared. I disappeared in that moment, and I was crying to my parents and telling them I don't want to move school. I was in third grade, already had like 4 years in that elementary school with my friends and my neighbor friends. And they didn't listen to me, and I was crying in my bedroom. And until the moment I wrote it again in my journal, I had so many tears, and I was really, really surprised that I had them because I thought it was the past, but this pain was kept inside of me, in my heart. And I had to let it go. And when you start writing, I talk about journaling, when you start writing about those moments that really hurt you, you start realizing that it's the past. You don't need to carry it anymore. But that incident, surprisingly, that incident made me isolate myself more and not get attached to anyone afterwards. And I mean, my own kids moved to many schools and they're not going through that. So it really depends on the person and how, what was the situation and your character and how you see things and how you feel. And when your parents don't acknowledge you and don't acknowledge that pain, you you can be really isolated and feel that pain that is in your heart, and then you never open up again to anyone. And this is what happened with me. That's one incident, and when I wrote it down and I said, how did it affect me? Well, afterwards, I never really got attached to anyone because it hurt me so much. Not only that we moved and I didn't, keep contact with those friends of mine, but that my parents didn't acknowledge that pain that I had. And if my own parents don't acknowledge how I felt, then a stranger, why would they? Why would a stranger acknowledge how I feel? And if they didn't feel like I was important enough to address the situation, then I'm not an important person. And it has been a big factor. And when I realized that, I started saying, you know what? It's not the truth. I am important. And I don't want to be isolated anymore. And I want to build up friendship. And I want to work on having some friends and trusting people again. And I am a beautiful person. I am important. And ever since then, I started building relationships. I start having phone numbers again. I started going out again. And so it's really important to find out, guys, those moments of loneliness that you have, because it can really affect how you live your life afterwards. Did not create us to be alone. Alone moments are great, but loneliness is when you really don't feel like you can confide to anyone, when you don't feel like you can trust anyone, and you're completely isolated and it's not by choice. And God did create us all together at the same time so we can help each other. So you don't want to be lonely. Alone time, meditation time is great, but to be lonely and not have anyone to talk to, it's a sad thing, and it can stop you from getting to achieve your dreams and goals. So, and there's many causes of loneliness. I give you one. Um, there's social causes. If you live in a big city, um, a lot of people, you don't know anyone. It can cause, loneliness. Separation and distance. If you had a separation with a parent, or divorce, that can make you feel isolated, not understood, and feel lonely. Also, affection and acceptance. If your parents don't accept you for who you are, or your guardian, then you don't accept yourself, and then you feel isolated too, and not trust yourself enough to build up relationship with others. Affection. Also, if you didn't get enough affection and touching and I love yous, and all those factors can can make you be distant and lonely also. So I want you. There's many others that I wrote. It's about 20 pages. Loneliness. It's a big subject, but I think it's one of the biggest disease in our society right now, and we need to address it. You need to recognize it. I mean, when you go back in the past, you go through those feelings again, and you're gonna cry, and you're gonna scream, and you're gonna be angry at those people. But at the end, you're gonna say, "Well, I'm not in the past anymore. I need to move on. I need to let go. I need to forgive. I need to forget, and I just need to start building up relationship again and trust again. And with time, you're gonna trust the right people. I promise you that. Even if you trust the wrong ones, time will tell you, and you're gonna develop those skills where you're gonna recognize a true friend from a fake one. And so I want to finish up this video by saying, please, guys, recognize your moments of loneliness, break through those lonely time. Recognize that you don't have to be alone. God did not create us to be alone. He created us to be all together and helping each other to accomplish our dreams and goals. And you're gonna say, "Oh, what does my if you have a good friend, he's gonna care about, or she's gonna care about you achieving your goals, and she's gonna help you, and she's gonna support you, and he's gonna be there for you. So this is what we are. We're all here to help each other to accomplish our dreams and goals. Because if I help you to accomplish your dreams and goals, then you are accomplishing mine too. We're all interrelated together, so we're not separate entities. Even if physically we are, we're all united. And when you see that, you see the world differently. So if you need to buy my book to work on that, that's great. The less lonely you are, the better you're gonna achieve your goals, and the faster also you're gonna achieve them. I love you guys. You are not alone. I'm here. Okay, I'm here. Peace. I'm here for you guys, and many others will come into your life when you start reaching out. Love you. The next one is number 8, and I already did it. Did not delete that one, so you can watch it. And then the next one is gonna be number 9, anxiety. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.